Okay, hello everybody. We're live now, and this is me, the Blind Wizard. We are finally on a new manga live read through since the last time I was live for doing this kind of content was a while ago. It was for Rooster Fighter, and I only just heard this past week that you people are gonna love, or you guys want Rooster Fighter to return. And since we got an opening, that'll also go into the next Rooster Fighter stream. So I'm just gonna get my chat open right now. Let's do that. Come on. Alrighty. Do that. Do this. Here we go. Alrighty. I have my live chat open. We are gonna get going with this series pretty soon. As you can see, this is the manga version of the Reign of the Seven Spellblades, which that will then mean that when it gets put on this channel for the anime version, it wouldn't be me. It would be the ref. Simply because he would then watch these live streams, gain the knowledge, and then he referees and he does his job. But we're not here about talk about that. The other concern is where have I been this past week? There was a calendar uploaded, and most of it was supposed to be me. Most of it was supposed to be my content. So, I don't exactly have an excuse for no To Be Hero X or Dawn to Dawn Season 2 this week. All I can say is, personal circumstances just keep getting in my way. They keep but it's also a matter of I'm feeling a little depressed. I'm feeling a little down. My life has become monotonous, and until YouTube becomes monetized for me and I can make money off of this, it feels like these videos and live streams don't do anything. And they feel like an immense waste of time. So I hope you people enjoy what I make, even when I don't feel like it's really helping me to do any of this. We'll give it a little time for people to come into the chat, and if people don't come in the next couple minutes or so, I'm just gonna get started. This will probably be a really short series because I've heard two really bad things about it. One, the manga volumes don't seem very long. This first one, I had to double check to make sure I wasn't like looking at the wrong thing. It only has 4 chapters. Four. Four. So this will probably be over quicker than I thought. And the other part that's kind of bad news is that the manga adaptation got canceled. It labels itself as finished, but if the novels are not finished, then I call BS on that. Which means the manga adaptation on this channel will only go as far as I can. Unfortunately. I'm still very curious about how this is gonna go, but I I hope it'll be fun. I hope it'll be fine. Cause lately I've just been feeling down. I mean, if I needed to give another reason for my funk lately, it's my usual luck in Arknights. As you know, I've complained in the past that my gacha luck has kind of been sucky. It's sucked. So far on the new banner, I mean, it's on the channel, but like, I did get the 2 new ones. Yay, me. I I'm grateful that I got the 2 new ones, but I'm trying to pull for Ysidel, and I have yet to get a single Ysidel. And I was originally planning on sparking for Scotty Alter, and she's only 200, but Ysidel is 300, and I'm like, ugh. As of today, I have enough pulls to get myself Scotty Alter, Scotty the Corrupting Heart. If I don't get Ysidel in my remaining pulls, I'm just going to get my Scotty Alter and I'm just going to be done. And I'm just going to pull for the free pull every day, save up my resources, do a few more pulls before the event is over. I don't know. I wish my luck was better. So maybe put a like on this stream if you want to increase my luck. Because God knows my luck has been pretty bad. Still nobody here. That's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I would have thought someone would have been here by now. I scheduled this in advance, a full day in advance. It's on the calendar. All right. I can only wait so long. I know that these become videos, and I know that I would probably skip all of this after the fact myself if this was someone else's stream. So I'm not going to wait any longer. Let's read this volume, and whether or not anyone wants to show up or not is a matter of if YouTube is going to help me, or if it's going to just be nothing but a hindrance. Chapter 1. Ooh, hold on. I'm so out of the funk, I forgot to re-enable my new laser pointer. All it is the old one that was being really screwy for me, and I just had to reinstall it. We'll see if it works now. Chapter 1. The Ceremony. They say there are 6 Spellblades in the world. They are secret techniques that will, without fail, bring certain death. Just imagine, if you were to master one of these, what would you do? Ooh, okay. Well, now maybe I understand why it's 4 chapters. The amount of pages for these chapters seems like a lot. Alrighty. Even Jack the Unblooming has flowered nicely. Spring. I, Oliver Horn, was headed to this place. Leave Galatea and head east across 2 mountains, and you'll reach the Flower Road. Arg, I'm stressing over the entrance ceremony. It's too soon for that. We're not even through the gates. But it's Kimberly Magic Academy. You're way too relaxed. Right, you are. A bit of tension is ideal. Hey, you, tuck that shirt in. And you there, there's cat hair on your coat. Don't hold your pee, boys. If you need to go, ask a prefect. Okay. Magic, huh? If you want to see the magic of spring, go and watch Kimberly Magic Academy's entrance ceremony preparations. People have said this for many years, usually sarcastically. My young man? You look like quite the nervous Nelly. I look nervous? Very. I've seen enough new students to know. I'm not sure what it is you seek here or what you aim to be. The future may indeed hold horrors, but today at least try to enjoy the new meetings it brings. Sound advice, madam. I let it show. I must be slipping. Are they trying to comfort us or scare us? At least pick one and stick to it. The huh? He looked pretty friendly. Did I read him wrong? You can say that again. I take it you've met pride plants before. Well, not any that talkative. Okay, that's something all right. That's something all right. The ones where I come from are much simpler and cuter. That's so. Haha, don't mind the dahlias? The dahlias. Oh, cause like dandelion. Okay. Dandelion. Dahlias. Okay. The Kimberly ones are notorious for being nasty. They give the older students a tough time every year. Oh, I've heard about that. Hell's Greatest Comedy Hour. That's the one. They only agree to bloom on this day if someone makes them laugh. It's become a rite of passage. Then the seventh years must be quite talented. That's true, but there's something else on my mind. Hmm? What? What do you make of her? Oh, her? Who? Okay, hello? A samurai? A samurai girl! She sure is an odd one out. Exactly. She's way rarer than some talking dahlias. Most of Asia is still closed off to magic. But she's a student here. Man, I can't even imagine a life without magic. Oh, hello, we got someone here. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. Hello. Welcome to the live stream of Reign of Seven Spellblades. And if yeah, that's if you're wondering, it's me, the blind wizard. Pa! It's it's quite the surprise that I was able to return as for a live stream. It's been a while since I was live. Um, of course, that won't be for long, considering most of the series that are up right now will be covered by me. Unfortunately, Spellblades is a manga that got canceled after 8 volumes, and it wasn't even all of the novel, which is kind of disappointing. So, I mean, if you guys want to chat, you can start the chat. My one of my sad pet peeves is having a live stream with nobody to chat with. It just seems like the most lonely thing ever. Oh, we're almost at the gates. Whoa. That's a lot of creatures. That's a lot of creatures. A unicorn, a hydra, some wolves. I at least see maybe a griffin. Wow. Although that could be a hippogriff. That could be a hippogriff. I have become a little more knowledgeable of those kinds of creatures lately because of Harry Potter. How could I forget Buckbeak, MVP, Buckbeak, or no, sorry, Witherwings. New students this way. Line up, line up. Oh man, this is awesome. A whole parade of magical fauna, a unicorn, a Fafnir. This is one heck of a welcome. A Fafnir? Wait, what? Last I checked, Fafnir was the name of a dragon. A very famous mythological dragon. Like the name Fafnir. Like, I know it's something I've only learned recently, like in the past decade or so. Because isn't Fafnir the name of a Beyblade? And a very good Beyblade at that? Man, the day they remake Drain Fafnir is gonna be wild. But I thought it was the name of a specific dragon. What do you mean, a Fafnir? Interesting. Very interesting. One heck of a welcome is the understatement of the year. You can't see this anywhere but Kimberly. Was that supposed to be me? Will you be quiet? I'm trying to read. Could you keep your voices down? Sure. You there! You are far too loud. There's nothing to yell about. Okay. This story is making it quite obvious that we're getting our crew together right off the bat. Like, it is such an obvious thing. If you remember when I watched Ruby for the first time, Volume 1, the setup of Team Ruby was so obvious. Of Ruby, Weiss, Yang, and Blake. It was so obvious before the team was even formed, given the way the characters were introduced to you. It's a common storytelling trope. It's just common practice. When you're going to have an ensemble cast, you introduce as many of them as possible early on, and then you establish the team or the bond or the connection, and then you start zeroing in on the main specific main character, and then, everyone else that is supposed to be important. It's how franchises build out a squad that you can label as like the main character squad. For example, in Dawn to Dawn, and I'm only going to speak up to season 2 for where I am in the anime, it started as just Okarun, well, Ken Takakura, and Momo, Ayase, right? Right. Then it was Momo's grandmother, Psycho, right? Then Turbo Granny, kind of. Then we had to deal with Ira, and she basically became one of us. And then there was the introduction of Gigi, and then, the evil eye, and then there was the boxing alien, which I already forgot what he said his name was, and his son, who have recently came back for where I am in the story, and so they're a part of the crew. And then, thanks to the opening and ending, I know of one other character this season who's probably going to join our squad. It's a matter of you build out this kind of friend group situation. What am I, the bad guy here? Can I not be excited? That may not be the problem. Oh. Oh boy. Okay then. Giant troll. Okay. Way to remind. Oh, okay. Way to have another Harry Potter reference, because of that one troll in Philosopher's Stone. The troll bothering you? It's awful. How is this allowed? Awful how? Trolls are work animals. Do you even know how many types of demi-humans have civil liberties? Well, the elves, right? And dwarves and centaurs. No, wait, back up. You can't lump trolls in with them. Trolls can't even speak, let alone read or write. They attack humans. They're nothing more than beasts. Okay. Maybe this is gonna be true. But you don't know that for sure, buddy. They mess up the fields back home all the time, and we gotta hunt them down. But my dad won't even take me. That's how dangerous they are. It's not like that. Our Patro was really sweet. Huh? What? Our Patro? Hoobity hoobity what now? Oh? Are we evaluating that troll? Certainly a subject that demands a skilled eye, and such discussion would get heated. Huh? Very well, allow me to settle the matter. You aren't wearing glasses. Damn. She did the trope even though she doesn't even have glasses. You don't get that privilege. How dare you? You don't get the privilege of doing that. Only people with actual glasses can do that. Mm. This is still kind of sad though. Like no one wants to chat with me? No one wants to put anything in the chat? Then why am I even here? Why am I even here? Okay, fine. I'm just going to cancel this stream right now. Psych. Just kidding. But this is still like disappointing. That is the purebred gas neutral. Not a drop of the violent crand or the Elni mixed in. On the market, it would go for no less than 3 million belk. Okay. Thank you for trivia I didn't know I needed. Now that you understand, let's move on. Follow the line. Try to enjoy the new meetings it brings, huh? Yas. Huh? Huh? What? Hey! You, stop! It's not safe to get any closer. I know that, but I can't stop. My legs are moving on their own. A spell? Who would pull a prank like that? Is that troll headed this way? It's out of control. Ah! Ah! Stop! Back off, troll! Back in line! Ah! Ooh! Why is she running right at it? It's gonna step on her! A berserk troll will do more than just hurt her. Ah! Ah! Ouch! That smarts. But at least I stopped. Damn, I'm too far away. I won't make it. What? What? Okay. Ha! Did the samurai girl just yell at the troll? She just went, ha! You're kidding. She stopped a troll dead in its tracks by shouting. Huh? She's looking. Are you able to stand, my lady? I can't. My legs are all numb. Very well then. Stay behind me. Is that samurai planning to fight it? How reckless! We must stop her! I'll draw its attention. Use that time to escape. Tony! Tonitrus! I can't. What is it? What does that say? Tonitrus? Tonitrus? Tonitrus. Tonitrus! It's magic. I can say it the way I see it. Tonitrus! It looks like it's an electric spell. It's probably paralysis? Whew! I can't believe it! It didn't even glance my way! Maybe you didn't do enough damage! We'll hit it too! Right. Flamma! Flamma! It's no use. As new students, we only know the most basic of spells. No matter how many times we hit it. Don't just stand there, do something! She's gonna die! It won't work. Wait. I need your help. Can you all cast a gust spell? We need to buy enough time for her to get away. If we can just draw its attention. Of course. Your plan escapes me, but I'm in. Impetuous! Right, I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before in fiction. Isn't this impetus? Impetuous? He must mean to use a focusing spell. But will merging our gales do any good? What's his plan? Tibia! He's turning the channeled winds into a mighty sound? Ooh. Whoa! Rawr! Rawr! Crow! Crow! Rawr! 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 A dragon's roar? He can control the wind with such precision? Dragons, apex predators, and he can mimic their cry? Come on, get out of... Huh? Huh? Grit your teeth. What? What is this? What is she doing? Innocent color. Yeah! Phew! And... Damn! Hi! Lee! You made it, buddy! You made it! You made it! Hello, welcome! Welcome, welcome! You made it! You made it! We are not... We're not even out of chapter 1, so you're good. You didn't come too late. It's still relatively early. So, welcome, welcome. I learned a couple of bad... I have some bad news for you. I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. The bad news is this volume is only 4 chapters. So this might be the quickest live read through that I've ever done. Although, to be fair, I haven't been live since I did Rooster Fighter. And I've only just found out this week that people want me to return to Rooster Fighter. So, that's lovely. I also kind of hate the fact that this manga got canceled after a certain point, and then the manga like treats it as a finale, and then you're like, it's not a finale, it's just that it got axed. So, very unfortunate. And so, this might be a pretty fast series on the channel. It'll be here, and then before you know it, it'll be gone because I won't have anything else to do with it. I'm still very hesitant to do live streams with novels because I'm able to do what I do right now because a manga has illustrations, it has panels, it has action, it has visual representation. No, what do I mean? It has a visual aid to the story because you're not just reading paragraphs. You get to see the whole thing visually. That's why people gravitate to manga rather than just going for the novels most of the time. I say most of the time. But in a case where the manga version doesn't help, like Fruit of Evolution, I've heard, the novel is the only way to go. Would people even find a live stream of that interesting? It's just a novel. So I don't know. Let's keep going. Innocent color. To be honest, I feel sorry for the author that created the story and the illustrator of the manga. Yeah, that's what I say. It's like, oh yeah, story. And I hope it's not a bad adaptation. I hope that this manga is like decent, because it's kind of a shame that it just went for a little bit and then just got canceled. I mean, no one wants an adaptation of a novel to get canceled, because then that makes the potential audience to find it later even less. His previous work also had a manga, but it also got canceled before his novel ended. Man, that's just terrible. That is literally such a terrible treatment. If his previous work and Spellblade both had a manga version that got canceled before their story got finished, that is so messed up. Like, that's just as bad as an anime screwing up the source material, because this is usually what comes before the anime releases. A manga adaptation to test the waters of that audience that would much rather prefer the visual story rather than reading a novel. It's usually novel, manga, anime. If a manga got canceled, That's pretty bad. But I don't even know what else to say. Innocent color, only seen in mages with strong magical circulation, and the crystalline hair structure that allows for the uninterrupted flow of magic particles. It is an extremely rare reaction. This is why she was brought here from Asia. Huh? My hands are numb. How hard was that skull? Huh? One moment, my lady. Once the tingling subsides, I'll gladly carry you. I thank you all for your assistance. It provided the ideal opening. That roar was truly magnificent. Which of you did that? I nearly soiled myself before our entrance ceremony even began. It was this guy. This is Kimberly Magic Academy. The latest series that I've looked at that is very similar to this so far was Iceblade Sorcerer. And the last time that was on my radar, it wasn't me. It was the boss. And it was just looking over Iceblade again and realizing that he didn't like the art style of the manga version, which is very weird because it's a style that's not present on the novel illustrations or the anime version. And yet he ended up loving Iceblade Sorcerer. So that was the latest thing that feels even remotely similar to this. In terms of me and my co-workers of sorts. So, from what I've heard, I hope that this will feel like Iceblade Sorcerer. I really want that one to get a season 2, actually. And if it does, I think I would be the one covering a season 2 of Iceblade. What do you guys think? You would want a season 2 of Iceblade Sorcerer? I'd be down for another season of Iceblade. The school where I'll live for the next 7 years. Oh, so like Hogwarts. You're a wizard, Harry. Great. I love it when anime can just make Harry Potter references. Because I understand them now. Wait, wasn't there a trailer for something that was like a Disney thing? I saw it like at this point it was already like a couple weeks ago. But there was a trailer, right, for a Disney isekai thing with a magic school, and apparently it's like really popular. I want to watch that. But I want it known to me right now. Like, what was that called again? What was it called? It was revealed recently. It was a Disney Wonderland thing. No, it wasn't Wonderland. Um the first arc looks like, what was it? The guy looked like the Queen of Hearts? What was that called? Cuz depending on when that releases, I might actually want to add that to the channel just outright. I honestly have a long list of series that I want a season 2 of. That makes sense. That makes sense. But if you know what series I'm talking about with the trailer and everything, just comment below or put it in the chat cuz I'm trying to remember what it is. I saw the trailer and I'm blanking on its name. Well, I don't have the time to worry about that now. We're not even halfway through the first chapter. This is taking forever. After those monstrous flowers and that demonic parade, this is quite the letdown. Disney Twisted Wonderland! There we go. I was actually very close. Thank you to my mod, Lee. You are amazing. I keep saying that you are amazing. You are a big help to this channel. Thanks, man. I was actually very close. It was like it was Wonderland something. Yeah, Twisted Wonderland. That's right. And I'm very torn between like should I just watch it blindly or like find the source material? But its source material is a video game. And I don't think I want to play the game version. I don't think so. Well, thank you for reminding me. Don't you agree, my lord? Well, there was an accident after all. I got separated from the others after that. But why'd she tag along with me? Accident? It's true that had you not stepped in, I might have well been in danger myself. Wait, back up. You mean you faced that troll without a plan? The plan? I had no such thing. This girl is beyond reckless. Silence, new students! Your headmistress has arrived. Okay. I am Headmistress Esmeralda. Let me begin by apologizing for our shortcomings in the oversight of today's ceremony. Honestly speaking, the Disney Twisted Wonderland, Disney is so confident of it that they have already planned 3 seasons for it. Wow. I still can't believe that. Disney is so confident in Twisted Wonderland that they're like, oh yeah, 3 seasons right off the bat. That's crazy. Because what if it flops? There is a very real possibility that it flops. Now, granted, this is no Suicide Squad isekai, or heck, what was the other one? That was everyone was hyping it up, but then it just ended up being a letdown. Uzumaki. Those were hyped up, and one of the 2 I just mentioned turned out to be really good. The other one flopped harder than a dead salmon. Meaning, does Disney have faith that this is not going to be the next Uzumaki? I don't know. I don't know. Like we'll cross our fingers and hope that it does well. I'll contribute my contribution to the series and do the whole I'm doing my part. You know that meme where it's like I'm doing my part. So I'll probably make it Patreon only considering I don't genuinely know if I want to put it as a YouTube thing and I already have Patreon exclusives. I still have to figure out stuff over there, whether or not I'm going to be allowed to be Patreon only after Ruby, or how the ref is handling stuff and the boss with Beaufry. It's a whole mess. His original idea for doing Beaufry on Patreon with the novels is turning out to be harder than we anticipated, and it looks like the boss is going to have to create custom video game profile pages for the characters to physically keep track of their skills and abilities and stats when they are shown to us. Uh, well, that might turn out to be a whole thing in of itself, which is probably why Beaufry's just been on hold for so long. Oh, she radiates pressure! Please just stop talking for now. The Witch of Kimberly. Esmeralda. We're short on time, so I'll get straight to the point. This is Kimberly Magic Academy. The 2 tenets of our school are freedom and results. That sounds normal. Hang on. All right, we're back. That is no platitude. Statistically speaking, only 80% of you will graduate intact. Damn. Say it straight up front, of course. I mean, sure. Some will lose control of their rights, injuring themselves beyond repair. Others will go missing, lured by some unknown call. That is genuinely kind of terrifying. Still more will go mad, forcing their fellow students to end their lives. You have your choice of dooms. Great. As if that wasn't already, bad enough just by the fact that you're in a magic school. So, lovely. In the magical world, we call this being consumed by the spell. Accept this fact. Okay. Okay. It was true last year and the year before. It will be true next year and all years to come. Why, you ask? Because that is what the study of magic entails. A mage's role is to become acquainted with evil, feel it, understand it, control it. Advancement in sorcery is made upon the countless corpses of those who came before. Thus I leave you with these words. You are free to live and free to die. I wonder if the boss watched the anime version of it. Watch what version? I brought up a couple shows already. Lee, do you mean Beaufry? Or what are we saying? That is all. Milady, headmistress, if I may. Very well. What is it? If you have a headache, try doing this. What? Massage these pressure points? They are most effective? She's looking at the headmistress and thinking, "Oh, she's stressed beyond belief. She is I'm gonna give her advice on how to quell a headache." Oh, you mean Spellblade? Um, well, because of the structure of me, the blind wizard, doing this for the first time, should the anime version come to the channel after this, it'll be the ref. That is the order we have decided these things will happen. And the reason behind that is I do the manga streams now. The ref watches those streams back at a later date and then uses that as comparison for the anime version. That's the way this is going to be. And the inverse is also true. If the ref... No. Never mind. No, it would still... No. It would go, me, here, ref, watches later, then does the anime version. Yeah, that's what I meant. I was not trying to make myself confused or anything. I'm perfectly fine. Totally not, down and in the dumps or anything this past week. And kind of neglected my own stuff on the calendar. I'm fine. No, I'm not fine. I'm not fine. Combination of things. It's just, and then the dread and the anxiety of just trying to find a job and then YouTube not helping me because monetization takes forever. And then me not feeling like there's fun anymore in this because this was supposed to just be a hobby. And look at me now, a calendar, weekly. I don't make money. I wish. Man. So if you're new here, press that subscribe button, please, right now. We're 5 subscribers away from my goal of 500. And then just find my longest videos on the channel and just rewatch them a ton. Please, I need the watch hours. uh, Besides, I have long form videos in the works. I won't be the ones doing them, but I can let you all know that now. The boss gave me permission. There are at least 3 long form videos planned for the future. They just have to take a while because production takes longer when you have longer videos. So be on the lookout for those in the future, but like please, like do what you can to help my channel. I kind of want to be monetized. Because finding work is so impossible. In any case, is that a question? Nay, 'tis a recommendation. Huh? Is she mad? You seem to be quite afflicted. You idiot! If that is all, we should proceed to the welcoming banquet. The venue is above you. What? Wow. Isn't that also a Harry Potter thing? Where like no, it was the floating candles in the Great Hall. Yeah. It was just the floating candles. Okay. What? You may now speak freely among yourselves. How strange. Where we stood before is now the ceiling. It's a reversal spell. There's a magic circle in the whole room. We meet again. Oh, hey guys. Thanks again for your help. I couldn't have done that thing alone. No prob. Huh. The headmistress granted permission, so why don't we introduce ourselves? Is what I'd like to say, but it seems we're still missing someone. She's in the infirmary. Best to give her space. She just got attacked by one of her beloved trolls. Beloved trolls. I'm wondering, there's got to be a story to that. Your concern seems unfounded. Huh? Ah! Huh? Ha ha ha. The princess returns. Huh? Huh? Sorry! I'll get down right now. You okay? I know they patched you up with magic, but... Oh yes, the doctor said attending the party would help me cheer me up. And I needed to thank you all for saving me. I wanted to at least thank you before the day was over. Let's go. Now that we're all here, it's time we got to know each other. Shall I begin? I am Michella McFarlane, eldest daughter of the ancient and noble McFarlanes from southern Yelgland. Yelgland? Those close to me call me Chella. Feel free to use that name. Okay, Michella, so Chella. Okay. I'm Katie Alto. I'm an exchange student from Farnland, up north. I like magical fauna, well, all types of animals, really. The name's Guy Greenwood. Oh, great. That's the most original name ever. Yeah, my name is Guy. I know one other guy in fiction with the name that's spelled G-U-Y, but you pronounce it as Guy. Of course I would know. It's the boss's second favorite anime of all time. Or it's in contention for his favorite anime of all time. Of course I would know the one and only Guy Crimson. Not that I would watch the show for the channel. That's already being handled by somebody else. My family's been running a magic farm for generations. You need any good veggies, let me know. Oh, am I next? Pete Reston. Pete Reston? Both my parents are non-magical, so I have no lineage. That's all. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. And then our main buddy is the last one. I'm Oliver Horn. My family have been mages for a couple of generations, but things happened. I've been living with my relatives, the Sherwoods. I've got older cousins attending here already, so I've heard a lot about this place. Also, I'm good at arranging and adapting spells. That dragon was most impressive. And last but not least is you. Indeed, I hail from a warrior family in... Oh, God. I hail from a warrior family in Torikuesen Yamatsukuni. I probably butchered that so hard. I'm sorry to any of my Japanese audience. I try. Torikue-san Yamatsukuni. No. Yamatsukuni kunai Yamatsuk. Okay, sure. I am called Hibiya Nanao there, but following your customs, you would call me Nanao Hibiya. Okay. I mean, it's true. In stories where Japanese people go to another land where the custom is the other way around, it would be first name, last name, rather than family name and then your name. Yep, that's how that works. Half a year ago, I was rescued from a doomed battle on the brink of death by a mage named Lord McFarlane. Whoa, 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 whoa. If my memory serves me correctly, we just met a girl from the family McFarlane, right? Okay, so that's interesting. Very nice world building there. I'm attending Kimberly at his behest. Huh? McFarlane? Huh? Come to think of it, he does share your name, milady Cella. How odd. And his hair bears a striking resemblance. Oh my gosh. Maybe you should connect the dots? That would be my father. Always a headache. He's an intern lecturer here. You mean to say he went all the way to Asia to scout for talent? Wow. More importantly, just look at this spread. Why don't we dig in already? Excellent idea. I was feeling rather famished. Is this my portion? Wait now. That's clearly for all of us. Oh? Hand your plate over. I'll carve you a serving. Oh? You will? Oliver, hook me up too. Katie, even you? You've got two princesses now, Oliver. Huh? Well, that was quite the first day. Today, our life at Kimberly begins. Will I survive my time here? Or will I fall before I achieve my purpose? Ooh. Alrighty. Chapter 2. Sword Arts 1. Okay. First day of classes. Kimberly Boys dorm. Room 106. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Clock hands turn. Time goes wrong. Humans get confused. Huh? What? I forgot this place had clock knocks. Careless mistake. Wait, what? A magic creature that just literally screws with your time? That's actually kind of annoying. I'll put a glass cover on it later. Did he study until he passed out? Pete's here as a part of a non-magical quota, but they don't admit just anyone. He must have worked hard for that. I wish he would open up a little more. Kimberly, the demonic palace. There are hundreds of rooms filled with mystery within, but the exact number fluctuates by the day. No one would ever mistake it for being ordinary. First, I've got to get used to it, or else I'll never accomplish anything. Well, the boss will know about a certain incident happening in anime in a series called Realist Hero where the MC accidentally wrote his last name as his first name. Yes! I do remember that. Because Soma is not his first name. It was supposed to be his family name. He wrote it backwards, not realizing that the world he ended up in is like Europe, and he kept forgetting that, oh, right. My country was one of the few that did it the way we did it. So like just on all his legal documents and stuff, especially for the fact that he's king, he has to go by his last name now. Yeah. Phew, so cold and clear. What is it this early in the morning? This is excellent water. What? Huh? Okay. Okay. Moving on. Because what is she doing? Why, what? Huh? Oh my gosh. Cavell. he cast a covering spell. Cavell. Hmm? Oh, if it isn't Oliver. An early riser too, I see. Oh, I get it. So this isn't about to follow the trope that I hate. No, we're following the trope where the girl is a naive klutz that doesn't realize that there are different societal standards. I mean, to be fair, I'd rather deal with this than the guy getting hit for no reason trope, because that trope has just gotten so old for me. It's not even funny to me anymore. Like, why do people find humor in it? I understand if it's comeuppance and like the guy is a jerk or a perv, but for the guys that are just accidentally walking in on these situations, and the fact that in most of those situations, the girls never lock the door. My God. Ugh. So like I'm grateful that I can find series where that's just non-existent. Because trust me, I would rather have a series where the characters fawn over the MC like Light, and then the ref surely knows about that with Infinite Gotcha. I'd rather deal with that than him getting punched for no reason and for, just dealing with tsunderes in general just annoy me. Unless they grow out of those tendencies and they grow as a person, then great. If they don't, then they're just annoying baggage. I'm about to say a hot take that may or may not surprise people. I would rather deal with a yandere than a tsundere. There, I said it. Or I would rather deal with a girl like her. Someone who, for one thing, doesn't understand the customs of a different land, but she has no shame. She straight up has no shame. How are you so? The boys' dorm is right there. What if someone saw you? Why? What is there to hide? Stay still, would you? See, that's what I mean. That's the kind of attitude I wish more people would take with just things in general. Like, if you really boil it down and you be as technical as possible, what is there to hide? Like, how has society just accepted that, oh yeah, a guy shirtless is fine, but a girl shirtless is indecent exposure and you have to wear a bra? Like, huh? All it is instead of a flat chest, it's boobs. And, like, we all have nipples. What did I miss? Oh, Tran! Tran Nguyen? You've been on my channel before. Welcome back. Hello, hello. What'd I miss? You missed the first chapter of Spellblade. And we've just been having a conversation, and I've been going off on a tangent about this area of chapter 2. You're good. You didn't miss much. I was just talking about, my preferences for storytelling tropes, how there are some in like romance settings that I have just gotten so sick of that I would rather not deal with them ever again. And I, just mentioned the crazy thing about how I cannot deal with tsunderes. They are, I know it's over exaggerated on purpose, and I know that sometimes it's comedy, but I'm like, what's funny about this? What is funny about those tropes? I don't find humor in them. So I'd rather deal with a girl like her. One where she's like, why? What is there to hide? Or the fact that she like just has no sense of societal customs, societal standards, which then prompted me to go on a tangent about our own society's double standard for being shirtless in public. Okay, fair enough. Because you go through enough anime, and you look at some of these tropes, and you're like, why is that written like that? Why? Then you realize most of the time it's because people find it funny, and then you go, but who? Who finds it funny? Ugh. This is why I can appreciate Veltol from Demon Lord 2099. Recently, I finished that season, and the bath episode, where the beginning of the episode was the bath scene in question with Veltol and Hizuki. It was a subversion of expectations, so much so that I enjoyed it. Veltol wasn't ashamed of the fact that he was bathing, or the fact that Hizuki walked in on him, or the fact that he was showing off his naked body to her. Because in his mind, what is there to hide? It is a perfected body of pure goodness, chiseled body perfection. Why would I want to hide it? After all, I'm the high exalted demon lord, after all. And then, of course, he dares Hizuki to stay in the bath with him, which then prompts her to drop her towel because of the whole fact that, like, he egged her on. And then the rest of that scene was never uncomfortable because it was just Veltol having a genuine conversation with Hizuki about her past, her backstory. And nobody interrupted them. No one had to get hit unnecessarily. There wasn't any shame. It felt like a great character building scene. And then the rest of the episode kind of went to shit because of assassins, plot twists, the resurrection of the goddess Meldia, a bunch of stuff that Veltol had to deal with. Oh yeah, Demon Lord 2099 was a fun anime to watch. Yes. Yes, it was. It broke so many tropes. I am so grateful that it exists. It is such a subversion of expectations, and I love it. Even the fact that I didn't catch this when I watched the episode, but remember that scene of Machina buying what looked like a Veltol Dojin? I didn't know at the time, so I did some looking around, and I can say this now. She's the one that writes those dojins about Veltol. And I'm just over here like, wow, isn't that a subversion of expectations? Yes, I know she's in love with Veltol, and I kind of wish we got more development of their romantic relationship, but I never expected she was so down bad for Veltal that she would write an actual porn manga about her savior, her lord, her master, her lover. I just, I don't know what else to say. It's so great. But enough of this long tangent. Thanks, Samurai Girl, for showing me that the subversion of this trope can still exist. Thank you. Damn. Oh, okay. She's not completely naked. She's only shirtless. She's only topless. That's not as bad as other series would make you believe. Okay, okay. And besides, look at what she says. This is a purification ritual. I felt I should wash away the blood of my last war. And those scars? Injury sustained in battle. If the sight offends you, I apologize. See? Like, it's not even just for, like, a character who has no grasp on society standards. She's doing this for a different reason altogether, and she's not even completely nude. That's just surprising to me. She's not even doing this for the sake of a bath. It's a ritual. Meaning, for her, this is more like common knowledge. Once again, I'm blown away by this. Stare all you like, Null. Now is the time. What? Who? That's not what I... Why does she rattle me like this? Okay, okay. Okay, well, I wonder how the ref's gonna react to this when it gets animated, because anime, I've learned, with series that I've watched on my own time in the past, have had very censored creative liberties. And their manga equivalents have gotten away with so much worse. Worse in terms of like what they show, that somehow is able to be in their series. For example, in Fairy Tail, somehow Mashima's able to get away with the stuff he draws in his manga, and they can't animate it. Yes, Fairy Tail is basically half ecchi as it is, but there's one scene that comes to mind for the differences between an anime and its manga that really shows you that you can get away with so much in a manga. It was the scene of Urza being held captive by the demons of Tartaros. In the anime, they stripped her of her armor, but she still had like an undershirt on. She still had like pants, I'm pretty sure. She still had clothes on. She just didn't have her magic equipped armor. She didn't have her weapons. She was like, she had basic casual clothes on. You can fact check by going back to the episode. Right? Right. But I'm about to blow your minds unless you've read the Fairy Tail manga. In the same exact scene, in the manga version of Urza being held captive by the demons of Tartaros, she was completely naked. That's right. In that scene, Urza was naked. Because her requip magic armor is her clothes. So story-wise, it technically makes more sense, but the anime couldn't do that while keeping the rating at what, 14 plus? So that's just, a case of censoring. But that begs the question. How much can you get away with in a manga before the anime has to either bump up the age rating or you change it with sensors, and not even like noticeable ones. That just fascinates me. That's crazy. Good morning, Guy, Pete, Oliver. Did you sleep well? A bit too well. I was almost late for class on my first day. The teacher should have warned us this place had time scamps. So that's what those creatures are called. I suggest you abandon such futile hopes early. You'll have minor magical run ins on a daily basis here. Oh, everybody, look! Ta da! Our samurai has become a mage. See, I told you it looks good on you. Oh, now your uniform arrived. I found it waiting for me in the dorm. And I showed her how to put it on. I don't know what that right was, but I think I convinced her not to expose herself again. You think you convinced her? I mean, if it's a customary thing where she's from, and it's not a shock for women to do this if they're soldiers in her country, then I can understand why she wouldn't even understand why there would be a problem. It's a case of probably like, what's that? What's the phrase for it? Culture shock? Is that what it would be? Culture shock? Hmm. Blast, I left my towel in my room. Use this! I'm glad she's decent. Hmm? Pete and I are sharing a room. Does that mean the two of you? Yep, we're roomies. What luck, huh? You certainly seem close. Meanwhile, he hasn't said a word to me. Yeah, sometimes it be like that. I can attest to that. It definitely felt like that for a little bit of my college time. I might have said this before when I was making videos at Quinnipiac, but yeah, there were definitely times that I knew roommates that didn't talk to me, and I knew suite mates who were absolute jerks. One of these days, I'm going to try to get some of my old college buddies together, and we're going to do a podcast while playing Minecraft in the background, or whatever. We're going to recount all of our stories from Quinnipiac. And I'm going to recount how I had suite mates who dicked me over. They were such assholes. Like you wouldn't believe. They were so unbelievably rude, to a point that I was furious for having been in the same room as them. They just I'm glad I don't see those guys again. Those guys can just go live their lives far away from me. First period, sword arts. Welcome, I'm your instructor, Leather Garland. You may call me Instructor Garland or Master Garland if you prefer. I'm no stickler for formalities, I was never good at them myself. His gait alone reveals his skull. His what? Okay. Oh. It is tradition to review the theory before any practical lessons take place. Can any of you explain the origins of sword arts? I can, Master Garland. I like your energy, Mr. Reston. The floor is yours. Yes, sir. In modern times, all mages carry an athame and a white sword. An athame and a white sword. And no, a white wand. But mages of yore used only staves, what we call white wands. For a mage to wield a sword was considered a dishonor. Well, yeah, it makes sense. That all changed 400 years ago when High Sorcerer Wilf Batterwell met his end at the hands of a non-magical swordsman. Yeah, the usual sword versus gun in this situation. Hmm? Why was a man of such stature slain? Just listen and he'll explain. The key came down to distance. Within a certain range, even the most skilled mage does not have the time to cast before a sword strikes them down. Obviously. That was the lesson all mages took from Batterwell's death. Yes, and it shook the entire world so much that people were like, okay, to hell with this dishonor crap. We will carry swords in self-defense. I'm guessing. Thank you, Mr. Reston. That is the reason we mages learn sword arts. I mean, it makes logical sense. I see you have doubts. It's true that some magic can be used without an incantation, but its power pales in comparison to proper spells, and it is useful for feints and distractions at best. However, what if you combine magic and a blade? These techniques are the core of a mage's close-range tactics. Well, that's enough theory. Any questions? Well, you can actually use Google to find the right pronunciation for words. Okay. I mean, I can try. There have been times Google doesn't exactly help me. Go ahead. Instructor Garland, can you use a spell blade? Ooh, right. That's a part of the title. That's a part of the title of the series for a reason. Let's get to the bottom of what a spell blade is. A spell blade, you say? Oh boy, what are we about to learn? To put it simply, a spell blade is a technique that guarantees victory within its range. Closely guarded secrets not made public, their very existence unproven. It is said that in this world there are 6 spell blades in existence, and one of those is this! Wait, what? Whoa. Whoa. Okay, why are you pointing that sword at Oliver? Hold on. What are you up to? Garland? Can I trust you? Huh? That seemed deliberate. That seems very deliberate. Oliver did say he had a mission of sorts, his purpose, his goal to accomplish something. So something else must be at play here. Since you read the manga, do you plan to watch the anime? The answer to that, Tron Niguin, is yes, I do plan to. But as I mentioned earlier, it will be a case where I react to the manga version live. That's what we're doing this for. The anime ref, my coworker, will watch the stream afterwards, and the ref will cover the anime version based on what we see right now. And that is the same formula for any series that I end up covering on the channel live that then gets put on for the anime reactions. That's the formula we are working with. And it only is that way if I've never read it before or watched it before. If I if it's a case of it's been watched before or read before it got on the channel, then the boss would cover it, and then the ref would cover it for its anime. It's kind of funny, the Blind Wizard's actually doing a series with magic. What do you guys mean? Everyone on the channel has done magic series at some point or another. Like, the ref is doing Infinite Gotcha right now. Most of Toku has magic in it. I mean, Wizard. Yeah, that's if the Tokustroyer can ever reach Kamen Rider Wizard. And the boss has had magical series. I mean, at the moment, the boss has 2 isekais right now. So in any case, what is up with this Garland dude? Hmm. I jest, of course. Don't worry, there's a dulling spell cast on it. But remember, this one step, one spell distance where you can strike down your opponent. I'm talking about the blind wizard reading a magical manga. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? As for whether I can use a spell blade, I'm afraid I cannot answer. They're secret, remember? That swing was a jest? I couldn't even react. Now, as we do every year, are there any volunteers who would like to spar for us? Just a little show to get us in the spirit. Everyone's looking at each other. It's the first day, everyone's getting cold feet. In this situation, no one would cheerfully raise their hand. Oh, someone did. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Me, I would love to try. Except her. Because she has no fear. She has no shame. She has no awareness. That's what makes her such a unique character already. I went on a long rant about, or not even a rant, a tangent. I went on a long tangent about how her character in 2 chapters has made me appreciate her way more than like 98% of all anime girls. Period. Just the fact that she has no fear, no shame, she has skills to pay the bills, she has some insane strength, and she's kind of naive to things outside of her home country. And it goes to show you she also is very talented. If the fact that, the McFarlanes scouted her. Ah, lovely. Chapter 3 Sword Arts 2. We are officially halfway done with this stream, everybody. Man, I wish there were more people here. Why can't this be like the Undertale stream? Why are the video game streams the one that get more people? And it was a very specific crowd I had gathered of Undertale specific people. Man. There was one. Someone who would volunteer to duel here. Instructor Garland! Allow me! Oh no. Okay. I can already see this. Oh boy. The typical hotshot bully type that every series like this starts off with. It's become its own trope, the goon. Miss Hebia, I hear you took down a troll on the day of the entrance ceremony. I would love a glimpse of Asian swordsmanship. Yep. Yep. I can see it on their faces. They are the assholes that push other people around. Oh joy, what fun. I see. He wants to rob her of that claim. She may be good with a sword, but she knows nothing of sword arts. He plans on taking advantage of that. Well, if you both agree, I'd like to honor the honor of this match. I'd like the honor of this match against Nanao. Okay. Oliver is placing himself into this duel? Why? Stand down. I had my hand up first. You stand down. I met Nanao before you and helped her fight the troll. The instructor never said this was first come, first serve. Got him. Whoops. Guess he saw the troll and ran for it. You little! Mr. Andrews, I'll be your opponent. Defeating me would be a much bigger prize than some amateur, don't you think? Wow. Yep, see? Oliver and his friends already they are so, what's the word again? They're so perceptive. They are so keen, quick on the uptake. Miss McFarland, she salvaged the situation. But I've made an enemy here. I love this already. I'm grateful that we don't have to deal with dense people. And I wouldn't even say Hebia is dense. She's just naive. And has an odd sense of no fear, no shame. That doesn't make her dense. Then the first match will be Miss Hebia and Mr. Horn, followed by Mr. Andrews and Miss McFarland. If the first pair would step forward, yes, just like that. At this range, one step and your tame is at your opponent's throat. In other words, the one step, one spell distance. Leave that much room and face each other. For this duel, no incantations allowed. We can't have a class without swordsmanship turn into a bunch of spell flinging. That's very true. Makes sense. No time limit. It ends when one of you lands a fatal blow. I'll be the judge. Secruus! Secruus? Oh, like security. Secruus! A dulling spell. Now you cannot harm each other. Oh, 'tis true? Contenders, take your stances. I saw it before. But is that a two-handed sword? How rare. And it's over 25 inches too long for an athame. Let us have an honorable duel, Oliver. This really is a match between a novice and a veteran. No need to get serious. A few ripostes, and when the opportunity... Begin! Ripostes? Ripostes? Huh? Phew, what speed! Withdraw and I'm dead! She's pushing me back! Grave soil! Your back's wide open! Shoo! Whoa! Okay! That was okay. Whoa. Whoa. Incredible! Huh? 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 What's even happening? He saw how fast and heavy her blade was, so he stepped in, stopping her from swinging before it reached full strength. Most would lack the courage or skill to pull that off. Nanao's probably never seen grave soil before, but when her right foot was caught in it, she instantly shifted her weight to her left. When she used the spin to recover her balance and counterattack, unleashing a thrust directly behind her. What a testament to her expertise! Ah! This is no joke. I can tell. I know, damn it. Her swordsmanship isn't normal. This is the blade of someone who has killed before. Yikes. Then I'm wondering if this is gonna, lead into her having any kind of trauma. Maybe that's why she acts the way she does. No fear or shame for herself. Because she's just too busy carrying around a baggage. And not just one or two. Dozens. Hundreds. How much blood has she spilled to get here? Very interesting. Kinda hope we get a little more on that. Phew! Phew! Whoo! Huh? I can't keep clashing blades like this. What should I do? Strike first? Use magic? Parlor tricks like that won't work on her. I'll wait to see what she does, and... It was here. Just like the cover of the volume. She's crying. But why? Don't cry. If I see you shed tears like that, I'll want to do everything in my power to stop them. No holding back. With everything I've got, until only one of us still breathes. What? Don't cry? Thank you? What? Oliver, did you forget, buddy, that you can't harm each other? What is happening? That's enough! Yeah, that's I was about to say, yeah, you better call this off. Even though you put a spell that would dull the blades. Mr. Horn! Miss Hebia! Sheathe your blades! I said this was just a little show for fun. I did not tell you to fight to the death. Yeah, exactly. Come on, guys. Like, you're also friends with her. Why would you want to cut her down? Bro, calm down. What? Master Garland, after all that duel, we would just look shabby. We respectfully withdraw. Damn. She's like, yeah, we're not gonna even try to show them up, so we're not even gonna do it. We're not even gonna do it. Very well. As they went for that final clash, both cast off the dulling spell. Oh, that's why he had to stop it. Because they overrode the dulling spell? That's insane. Had the fight been allowed to continue, someone would have been killed. Why did I go along with that? How could I take my serious stance? Oliver! That duel was truly excellent. It's a shame it was interrupted. I must see what lies beyond. My heart yearns for it. Oliver, let us duel again. Next time with the real blades and no regrets. Hell no. Okay. Huh? I refuse. I won't ever duel you again. But why not? Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. This is all very interesting. Chapter 4, and the final chapter of the stream, because it's the last one in Volume 1. Resources. I am your instructor, Francis Gilchrist. Gilchrist? Gilchrist? As it is every year, I'm quite disappointed by the sight of you all. Those unsightly metal things on your waists. Pardon me, instructor. All the other faculty wear athames except for you. The headmistress is even a famed practitioner. Do you intend to dismiss them as well? Damn. A foolish question, Miss Alto. Naturally, I have a great respect for my fellow instructors. But the fact of the matter is, I've lived longer than anyone else here. What I wish to say is this. If you are a mage, solve your problems with magic. Okay. We got someone stuck up in old tradition. Good to know. If you need to shore up your close range defenses, you can simply have an automata do it. Okay. If you have doubts, feel free to have at them. I thought for sure Nanao would bite. Ugh, that was a lot. We just got out of sword arts class, and then the next class tells us it's all useless? What the hell? And you, Katie, you should really stop challenging everyone you meet, especially since you suck at debating. Shut up, guy. It's not like I argue with everybody, and I'm here to fill the gaps in my knowledge. Uh huh, sure. I wonder about that. It's true that all of us together couldn't handle her automata. They were that high quality. But I don't think that it's a valid argument against Athame. Not everyone has the mana required to maintain that many familiars. Oh, you're talkative today, Pete. See, there it is. She's blindly of this ideal. She's blind of she. How do I put this? She's trying to force her traditions and visions onto students who don't nearly have as enough mana as her, and she's trying to think, oh, I don't need to worry about a blade because I have the magic to defend myself. I see what this is. She's a person who doesn't quite understand that not everyone is like her, but she keeps thinking that everybody is like her. That, oh, we all have this mana, right? You don't need swords, you can do this. And we're all like, no, we can't. That's just you. So it's very understandable. Like, that kind of mentality is very dangerous. Because doesn't it lead to a superiority complex if you don't, you know, accept other teachings and ideas? Because this is a classic case of, oh, I don't like this newfangled nonsense that we have to wield a sword when you could all just do this. But that's not true. It seems only she can because, as she herself said, I'm the oldest one in the school. She was around probably at a time when it was still considered a dishonor to wield a sword as a mage. So that's interesting. I believe she is well aware of that, yet speaks of her ideals regardless. Yeah, but why? Maybe she's a good teacher then. She did remember my name. Yeah, well, who could forget? Someone who lashes out from day one. That's kind of rude, man. You don't have to say that, guy. Huh? Ah! Oliver, did you see her steal a bite? Hey, don't rope me in. Wow. I'll say this. We haven't known each other long, but Katie certainly doesn't hold back against anyone, I feel. See? Even Oliver agrees. You're out of control. You're all ganging up on me. I'll take a bite of yours too. Oh. So she's actually just about to steal a bite of everyone's sandwich? Okay, girl, I think you need to reel yourself in. But I think that's one of your good points, Katie. Huh? Oh, Oliver, my man. Huh? What is it? Just keep being you. Let's go! It's almost time for the next class. Still, it'll be hard for Katie to stay open and sincere, especially in a place like Kimberly. Ooh, boy. Where are we going now? Third period, magical biology. All right, everyone here. Let me ask this first. Are any of you animal lovers? Or are you or your parents advocates for demi-human rights? Oh no. Oh no. Why is he saying this right off the bat? I'm scared. Because Katie is about to speak her mind, and this could probably get her in trouble. Oh no. Huh. More than usual. I'm Vanessa Aldis. And you poor things need to throw those dumb ideals in the trash. In this class, magical animals will be handled as a natural resource. And unless a demi's been granted rights, we deal with them. If you're all about holding hands and just getting along, you won't last long here. Just 20 years ago, centaurs were a resource. We could hunt, kill, and eat them. I loved me some centaur liver. Great with booze. Shame we can't eat them anymore. What? Where? Here. I ain't gonna waste time on theory. Today we're doing magical silkworms. You've each got a box, right? Okay. This is kind of messed up. They're so cute. They're thoroughly domesticated, so friendly some people adopt them as pets. Okay, eyes up here. Let me demo their shtick. These guys will make cocoons anytime you pour mana into them. But won't that turn them into adults? Not if you harvest the cocoon in time. What? But that's tricky. Give them too much. Ah, yikes. Ooh. Flamma. They don't even turn into their proper adult form. The mana overdose turns them into monsters. You're each gonna do 10. Feed 'em mana, get the white cocoons. 5 successes is a pass. Failures are your job to dispatch. Katie, now get to work. Okay, well, I kind of hope that this is a class that is not mandatory, because this just feels kind of wrong. But then again, I do think she was being a little rude about the whole, like, she could have stopped at just animal lovers, but then she had to go, oh, are you or your parents, like, fighting for, or for demi-human rights? She's like, well, throw those ideals in the trash. And I'm just like, okay, you clearly have a problem that you're taking out on students. Why does she feel like she's going to be a problem? Why do I have that feeling? Because a teacher like that is a teacher that's hiding some very messed up things. A teacher like that is only one step away from being a sadistic person. You could tell she is craving centaur meat that is now illegal to have. Well, too bad this class is mandatory. God damn it. There better be a silver lining to this, because at the moment she's my most hated teacher so far. She's not a favorite of mine. Ah, it's already black. Burn it before it pops out. I'm not good at fine control. Shut up, you're distracting me. A rather simple task. That's 9 successes and 1 failure. Flamma. Jeez, you sure didn't hesitate. Even professionals fail. I think I did quite well. I'll watch now. You help Katie out. Thanks. I've got this. I've got this. I won't let you become a monster. I can't risk saying anything to her. It would only disrupt her focus. Good crops this year. Huh? You're still at it? How long do you plan to take? Scared to kill a cute little silkworm? These princesses and their cushy lives. Oliver, Nanau's done. Mostly failures, though. Katie? She's had 9 successes, 1 more to go. Why, there's no problem then. No, this isn't about her success rate. Hey, it's just a bit of mana infusion. Get it done. Chella's from a famous magical house, so she and the instructor might not be able to sympathize. Oh, joy. But for Katie, no loss of life is acceptable. I'm doing it now. Please stop yelling. Ah, ah! It's a failure, Katie. Burn it now before it hatches. No, if I tear the cocoon, then maybe. Stop. The moment the silk turns black, it's a monster inside. I have to. It's no use. She's not thinking straight. Katie is just. Katie! Too kind. Okay. Wow. That's kind of unfortunate. She had. She had 9 successes. Why do I feel like the teacher screwed up her concentration? You know what? This isn't even about the teacher's ideals or philosophy anymore. This is about the teacher being a jerk. She did it, didn't she? She had 9 successes. Okay. I mean, Oliver's right that Katie and the teacher would probably never sympathize at all. And that's fine. She doesn't have to. But her job is being a teacher. Not to be a jerk to students who seem to be struggling doing something when they're so close to getting it all done. It's not even about the fact that this teacher would love to break the law to eat some centaur meat. No. No, 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 no. We're not even going to talk about that. I'm talking about the fact that this teacher straight up just messed with a girl because she wasn't fast enough. Oh, I'm so sorry that people learn at a different speed. Okay. Lovely. That's just lovely. Postscript. Congrats on the release of Spellblade Manga Volume 1. You know he's a badass. This manga really captures Nanao's range from innocent and cute to intense. Yeah, so far. Yeah. Well, there we go, everybody. That's the end of the stream. Like it was advertised, I only did 1 volume. So there's not much else I need to even talk about. There's definitely something with the Spellblades. We're going to keep an eye on that. The fact that Garland had a Spellblade at all is very suspicious. Because he literally said, like, the sentences before that, they were supposed to be a secret. Like, most people didn't think they existed. Right? And yet he's just carrying a Spellblade on him. And the title says the reign of the 7 Spellblades. But they keep saying 6. There's something there. There's something going on. And why does this feel like the beginning of Kagurabachi? Don't know. I can understand the other teacher with her philosophy about magic and not wanting to use swords because she's old enough to be like, no, this still doesn't feel like the proper way to do things. But man, that last teacher was just something else. Once you go through college and you start to see so many different kinds of people that are in the work industry, suddenly the people who hate Dolores Umbridge become so many more. Oh my god. Like, once you've been through a place like college, or you've been in the workforce and you've encountered people like that, suddenly the fictional versions of those people seem so much worse. Like, you hate them with every fiber of your being. And yes, I'm comparing Dolores Umbridge to that teacher. When that doesn't feel like a fair comparison, Let's be clear, there's evidence in the chapter that she was like, "Oh, if it wasn't illegal, I would totally do that." Meaning, there's a very real tendency right there that if she wanted to, she could break the law and just murder a centaur just to eat it. Oh boy. It's also not about the fact that she's being so pragmatic to students who have these optimistic ideals. No, it's not even about that. Cuz I'm willing to push that to the side. Is she a good teacher? The answer so far is no. I can give a different example from a different anime that I've seen so long ago. Koro Sensei. What does Assassination Classroom have to do with this? Well, the guy was mutated by an experiment. He was the Reaper at one point, and the thing that transformed him into the yellow blob that he is now caused the death of a teacher. Her dying wish was that, someone would teach the students that she left behind. And Koro Sensei honored her wish, and he went to that school to teach those students. While at the same time, those students were told by the government they had to kill Koro Sensei before he blew up the planet because of the whole destroying the moon situation. But in the 2 years, or was it a year? It was one full year. In the school year that the students had with Koro Sensei, not only did they become better students, they became better people. He taught them actually really well, and the sad ending that we all kind of saw happen came to pass. They had to kill Koro Sensei. Even though there was a plot in motion at the end of the series to be like, yeah, we could save him, find a cure, we don't have to kill him. And so that makes the paintball episode seem all the more stupid in hindsight because they didn't save him. They had to kill him. So my point is, as long as they're a good teacher, they're doing their job, even if said teacher would blow up the planet. Okay, I want to hear your theory about Oliver. Why did he come to the academy? Okay. Where would I even begin? He doesn't give much. He doesn't give much in the way of an explanation for anything. He's only even saying, I'm here for my purpose. I'm here to accomplish something. And so far he's being very vague about it. So, there's not much else I could say other than he's at the academy for hmm. He gives off the air of someone who's lost something. He gives off the vibe of someone who cannot hold back. So I think he's here for revenge. It's very it's very odd when a person in Oliver's position is here for something that's not tied to vengeance or hatred or anything. So I genuinely think he's here for revenge. If the title of the series is The Reign of the Seven Spellblades, and they keep only referring to 6 of them, then it's pretty obvious to me that he has the 7th one. And some crazy shit is about to go down. Which is why I think some of the teachers at this school being the way they are is a facade. I think the way some of these teachers are is a facade, a fake version of themselves. Because if a teacher is just casually saying, oh yeah, I have a spell blade, There's got to be something there to it. He pointed it at Oliver almost intentionally. The way it happened, it looked very intentional. So with all that being said, there's nothing else I need to say. This has been the first volume of this stream. Like for other series on this channel, it'll be a volume by volume basis. And unfortunately, the Spellblade manga doesn't exactly go very far because it got canceled. So that's kind of unfortunate. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Make sure you join the Patreon. Go over there, check it out. Make sure you enjoy the stuff over there. There's some paid exclusives. Support me. I would love to be monetized. I want my anxiety to go away, please. So help me out any way you can. So what do you think is a Spellblade? All right. Well, before I finish my outro, I mean, if I had to say my theory on what a Spellblade is, then I'm going to say that a Spellblade is just, it's a sword that has built-in magic in it. I'm thinking it's a blade where you don't even need to be magical based to use the magic in the sword. Like, it allows for non-magical people to wield magic in the form of a sword. So that's what I think it is. Because that's what the vibe of it gives off to me. And as always, keep your notifications on, because as always, I will see you in the next one.